Good afternoon, everyone. I am Jyoti, and on behalf of KMA Global, it is my pleasure to welcome each one of you for joining us today for this special webinar on World Environment Day 2026. Before we begin, I would like to invite you to reflect on one simple question. If the earth could speak to us today, what would it say? Perhaps it would not speak through words, but through the signals it sends every day, through rising temperatures, changing weathers, melting glaciers, shrinking forests, and increasingly frequent climate related disasters. The question is no longer whether those signals exist, but what actions we choose to take in response. Today's Today, we come together not only to celebrate World Environment Day, but also to reflect our collective responsibility towards addressing one of the defining challenges of our era, climate change and environmental sustainability. Every year, World Environment Day serve as a global reminder that the future of our planet depends on the choice we make today. This year's themes, inspired by nature for climate for our future, highlights a simple yet powerful truth. Nature is not only what we must protect, but also where we can find many of the solutions to the climate challenges we face. The planet does not argue, does not negotiate, it sends signals. Signals through rising temperatures, heat waves, unpredictable weathers, melting glaciers, floods, and wildfires. These remind us that the climate change is no longer a future concern. It is a reality we face today. Yet, there is also another signal, a signal of hope. Solar panels are transforming rooftops, wind farms are reshaping energy systems, industries are investing in sustainable technologies, and organizations are taking meaningful steps towards reducing their environmental footprint. The question before us is no longer whether change is coming, but how we choose to guide the change and how quickly we act. As industries and organizations, we play a very important role in this transformation. Through responsible environmental management, innovations, and sustainable business practices, we have the opportunity to become the part of the solution. Today's webinar will help us understand how climate actions can be integrated into organizational systems and business strategies through internationally recognized environmental management practices. To help us understand how organizations can systematically manage their environmental responsibilities and contribute to climate action. With this, now I would like to welcome our first speaker, Ms. Megha Solanki, Assistant Manager at KMA Global, BIS and ISO compliance specialist, and holds a master's degree in food science and technology, having over 2 years of experience in certification, management system standards, and regulatory compliance. She has been actively supporting organization in achieving conformity, obtaining certifications, and driving continual improvement through active and effective compliance practices. Over to you, Megha.
Very good afternoon to one and all present here. And thank you, Jyoti, for providing us a brief overview about World Environment Day. I will start with a very obvious thought that how nature has sustained itself for millions of years without any policy, standards, or regulation. If nature could respond, it would say, nothing is wasted, nothing is lost. Everything has a role to play. Whereas when we see at industry, the picture is completely different. We see resource depletion, carbon emission, and waste generation. To address these challenges, industry required a proactive approach to manage these issues. And that proactive approach can be achieved through a management system standard called ISO 14001 Environment Management System Standard. Basically, it is an international standard published by ISO and adopted by Bureau of Indian Standard to manage environment responsibility effectively, enhance sustainability, and improve overall environment performance. One of the best thing about this standard is that it is applicable to any industry regardless size, type, or and nature. Also, it applies to environment aspect of its activity, product, and services. Now, we will talk about its key objectives. First, it prevents pollution and protect the environment by minimizing waste or any negative impact. Second, it identify and manage environment impact and climate risk. Third, it ensure compliance with environment legal and regulatory requirement. Fourth, it improve environment performance through energy efficiency and emission reduction. Last, it integrates sustainability and climate consideration into business processes. Now, we will talk about the key element of this standard. First is PDCA cycle. Basically, it is a driving force behind this management system standard, and it provides a proactive approach for continuous improvement and help organization in managing their environmental objective. In PDCA cycle, P stands for plan, D stands for do, C stands for check, and A stands for act. In P phase, we identify the issue and implement the action plan. In do part, we actually implement those pre-planned action and carried out necessary action. In C part, we evaluate the results and check whether our set objective has been achieved or not. And finally, in act phase, we take corrective action and make improvement. Another important key element is aspect and impact analysis. Basically, aspect means any activity that interact with an environment, whereas impact means the result of that activity. In simple term, aspect means cause, whereas impact means effect. Now, let's understand this through few examples. Fuel consumption. Fuel consumption is aspect, whereas its overconsumption leads to air pollution. Similarly, wastewater discharge. Wastewater discharge without water treatment leads to water pollution. Now we will talk about the key clauses of this standard. Basically, this standard follow a high level structure, which means it can be easily aligned with other management system standards for better result and growth. The key clauses of this standard include Clause 4, context of the organization, Clause 5, leadership, Clause 6, planning. These three clauses are the P phase of PDCA cycle, whereas Clause 7, support, and Clause 8, operation, are the do part of the PDCA cycle. Clause 9 is the check part of the PDCA cycle, whereas Clause 10, improvement, which is the final act phase of the PDA cycle. Recently, ISO has published third revision in this standard with a strong focus on climate change, resource efficiency, and biodiversity. Now, we will understand its role in industries. We will understand its role in climate responsibility. First, reduce emission and energy consumption. It minimizes energy consumption and lower carbon emission. Assess climate risk. It identify and manage risk related to climate change. Third, support net zero goals. It contribute in reduction of greenhouse gas reduction. Fourth, promote circular practices. It reduce waste through reuse, recycle, and reduce. Last, integrate into strategy. It includes sustainability and climate consideration in business decision. With that, we have come to the end of the overview of this ISO 14000 standard. I hope this helps you for the better understanding of this standard. Once again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Megha. Thank you so much for your insightful presentation. Moving forward, I would like to welcome our subject expert, Mr. 𝗕𝗂𝗶𝗺-𝗥𝗲𝗀, Chairman and Managing Director of KMA Global and former Senior Director at BIS, with over 45 years of experience in standards and regulatory compliance, expert in national and international standards, conformity assessment, product certification, and management system. Mr. Bhatnagar is a postgraduate in chemistry, a qualified lead auditor, and a certified trainer. He will walk us through the practical strategies for building climate responsible industries. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon to everybody, and I'm sorry that I came a little late because of some technical glitch. So I formally welcome each participant. Very important subject which has been decided by the world standard bodies for this year, the World Environment Day. So I'm thankful that I have been invited for this particular subject. This environment protection has been a very, very important subject all over the world, because where we are living, it is the responsibility of each and every citizen of the world to protect environment by their action and by their attitude and by their behavior. It is the overall responsibility to protect environment. When we talk about the protection of environment, then it talks about all type of pollutions like air pollution, water pollution, and sound pollution. So we have to ensure that the environment is protected from all these three angles. So now what responsibility has been given to me is to find out the strategy that how we can reduce the impact on environment by reducing the aspect and by taking the action on all those activities which are creating or cause for the impact the environment adversely. So basically we will discuss 5 strategies. So strategy 1 is to identify and prioritize climate related environmental aspect. So before discussing this, I would like to tell that there is an international standard which my colleague mentioned about that, ISO 14001. This standard was, it has been recently revised in 2026 only. So because it has to be implemented in future. So we will discuss this 2015 part only. This standard addresses a very important, this standard is also based on the PDCA cycle, as my colleague Megha has already mentioned about that. And our all activity, in fact, if we talk about the aspect, environmental aspect, and their impact on the environment, they are also based on the PDCA cycle. So our strategy should also be based on PDCA cycle. First, we have to identify and prioritize the climate related environmental aspects, means that should be our strategy one. So what should be our action? We should identify activities impacting climate, energy use, fuel consumption, emission, evaluate significance of aspects based on impact scale and legal requirements, prioritize high impact areas such as GHG emissions, energy intensive processes. So these should be our action to identify and prioritize climate related environmental aspects. These are very important points. And what are the benefits for this? It will benefit in clear understanding of major environmental and climate risks. It focused resources allocation on high impact areas, strong compliance with ISO 14000 requirements. And with these benefits, we will be able to, first of all, identify and take action accordingly to reduce the impact on our environment by treating the environmental aspects. The strategy 2 is adoption of renewable energy sources. This is also very important strategy. That is, action 1 is to install rooftop solar and adopt hybrid renewable systems, solar plus wind. In this case, I would like to tell you that we have also installed solar plant in our office so that we can also little bit contribute to adopt this hybrid and renewable system in our office. And secondly, the use of blended fuel. This is also very important point that initially there was a provision. This action is taken because to switch over from fossil fuel to the organic fuel, biofuel. So what we have done way back in 2000, we started doing research by blending ethanol in petrol and blending biodiesel in diesel, so that we try to know that up to what percentage blending of ethanol in petrol can be viable without making any changes in the engine of the automobile. So we could be successful. As on date, we started with 5% blending, and as on date, we are able to blend 25% ethanol in motor gasoline, that is petrol, and without making any significant changes in the engine. And this decision has been taken just to switch over slowly and slowly from fossil fuel to the biofuel to reduce the carbon footprints. And similar action we have taken, in our country, we have taken to blend biodiesel in diesel. So as on date, up to 10% biodiesel blending is permissible in diesel, and it is being successfully implemented without making any changes in the diesel engine. For your information, we have our Indian government has tried long back, about a decade before, the diesel locomotive from Delhi to Amritsar was run on 100% biodiesel. So it was a trial, and it was thought that it was successfully, the engine was run on the biodiesel only. But the 100% biodiesel, since it was not viable, so this we started with the blending of 5 to 10% biodiesel into diesel, and presently 10% diesel is being biodiesel is being blended with the diesel. So this is also another very important action to reduce the carbon footprints and to reduce the dependency on the fossil fuel. The third action is to replace diesel generator with cleaner options such as PNG. You might have seen that for a lot of residential societies and industrial application where the generators has been installed, mostly they are switching over to PNG, piped natural gas. So that is also another action to replace fossil fuel to the biofuel. The fourth one is to apply smart energy systems to track and optimize use. Like a smart energy system is to reduce the consumption of electricity so that to reduce the carbon footprints. Say, for example, you might have seen that instructions have been displayed in the offices, in the societies also, wherever there is no use of any electrical equipment, it may be switched off like that. So by doing this action, we can optimize the use of our energy, and we can save energy, and we can reduce the impact on the environment. So this is the second strategy. What are the benefits? I have already mentioned: lower carbon emissions, reduced fossil fuel dependency, and stronger sustainability image, long-term cost savings. Naturally, when we will use the biofuel, that will save the cost as well. So these are the three benefits. The strategy 3 is extended producer responsibility, circular resource management. These are two aspects on which we'll discuss. You will agree with me that the responsibility of the producer becomes more whenever we are reducing pollution, then it is our responsibility to reduce it also by our action. So the extended producer responsibility means that the producer should be responsible for these following actions: implement waste segregation and resource recovery system, reuse and recycle process waste and byproducts, collaborate with recyclers, and adopt industrial symbiosis. In short, I want to just tell that the waste which is being produced, whether it is a organic waste or it is the physical waste, that has to be segregated, and the wet waste, the organic waste, may be utilized to as a resource for energy, like manure or the fertilizer, organic fertilizer. It can be used, the waste can be used as a manure or the fertilizer. Reuse and recycle process means the circular resource management. It means that your waste or the intermediate product of one industry may become the raw material of the another industry. So by way we can collaborate with all recyclers, and we can have a joint meetings with them, and we can develop a plan, and we can decide that how we can use this circular resource management system in reducing the impact on the environment and recycling the waste product and the reuse and recycle process waste and byproducts internally. So this is how we can take this action as per strategy 3. And what are the benefits? It can, creation of new revenue streams from waste recovery, new business, and reduction of, impact on the environment, reuse of the waste. So by doing this, we can create a new revenue stream system. A strong alignment with sustainability and EPR requirements. So that also I have explained in my previous this thing. Improved resource efficiency and material savings. So that also is the one of the benefit for strategy 3. Strategy 4 is climate risk and resilience planning. That is also very important. How we can identify the risk, climate risks, what may be the climate risk, floods, heat waves, disruptions, strengthen infrastructure for extreme weather condition, means we should prepare to address, to deal with the extreme weather conditions, like installation of air conditions and some cooling water systems. These type of the are the resources, other resources which are required to deal with the extreme weather conditions, and develop emergency preparedness and response system. That is also very important. We should have a proactive approach. Then in case of emergency, how we will prepare ourselves to deal with the climate related risk. So this strategy is also very important. And what are the benefits for this strategy? That it reduced the operational disruptions and financial losses, better preparedness for regulatory compliance and climate changes. That is also very important point, that whenever we talk about environment, so there is a law in every country. So we have to ensure that all the requirement as laid down by the law are to be complied necessarily. So we should be prepared in advance. We should have a proactive approach how to comply the regulatory compliance. So that is also benefit of this strategy. The last strategy is employee engagement and awareness. This is one of the most important strategy, because unless until you involve each and every employee that what we are going to address or to deal with the environment, if we don't involve the employee, perhaps we may not be successful in our goal or in our objectives. So how we can do? We can involve employees. We should conduct regular environmental and sustainability trainings. We should ensure that the awareness programs, sensitization program, training programs may be organized to involve the people, to involve all stakeholders, promote green workplace practices and behavior changes, encourage employee suggestions and innovation programs. So in a way, we have to keep overall atmosphere in our area wherever we are working, that everybody thinks about reducing the pollution, whether it is air pollution, water pollution, or noise pollution. So our action, our thinking, our thoughts should always be in that direction, that how to reduce pollution, how to protect our environment. So this can be possible only when we should make our employee aware, or we should make all stakeholders aware through training or through workshops, through exercises, through sensitization programs. So we can do this action by involving the employees and other stakeholders. Benefits I have already told. It increased employee participation and accountability, a strong sustainability culture within the organization, continuous improvement driven by workforce involvement. So this is how I wanted to communicate to you. The subject is very important. It's a very wide subject. Too much have to be spoken, but because of the time limitation, I thought that just to sensitize you and just to tell about what is all about, I thought it is appropriate. But in case if somebody wants to know in detail, my next speaker will let you know that how you can approach us. So thank you very much. Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you, Megha. Thank you all. Thank you all participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time and sharing such valuable insights with us. Moving forward, I would like to welcome our final speaker, Ms. Hina, Technical Executive at KMA Global, Management System Standards, Regulatory Compliance and Training Specialist, hold a master's degree in food science, having over 1+ year of experience in supporting management system standards, certification processes, and training initiatives, who will brief us on KMA Global approach and services in EMS implementation. Over to you, Hina.
Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you so much for the introduction. Now, before discussing how we support organizations in their sustainability journey, let me briefly share some of the environment and climate responsible initiatives we actively follow at KMA Global. Through paperless digital systems, we promote digital workflows to minimize paper usage and encourage sustainable operations. As part of our renewable energy commitment, we have installed 11 kilowatt rooftop solar panels at our premises, supporting cleaner energy use and reducing our carbon footprint. We actively maintain plantation and greenery within our office premises, contributing toward environmental conservation and a greener workplace. In line with our commitment to sustainability, we had organized a plantation drive on the occasion of World Environment Day to promote environmental awareness and support a greener future. Next, through our EMS training and awareness programs, we provide a half-day awareness program at no cost to help industries build a foundational understanding of ISO 14001 and environmental best practices. We also follow a sustainable consultancy approach, guiding organizations toward waste reduction, compliance, and resource efficiency. And through our focus on continual improvement, we encourage industries to adopt cleaner and climate responsible production practices. Because climate responsibility is not achieved through certification alone, it is built through consistent action and long term commitment. While these initiatives reflect our own commitment to sustainability, we also help organizations build similar environmental management practices through structured training and implementation support. Now, let us look at how KMA Global supports industries in their journey toward becoming climate responsible and sustainable organizations. We support organizations through two key pillars: awareness and capacity building training programs, consultancy, and implementation support. These serve as practical stepping stones, helping organizations transition smoothly from environmental uncertainty to an effective and compliant environmental management system. Let us begin with our training programs, which are designed to build environmental competency progressively across the organization. We follow a structured learning pathway through our four dedicated modules, starting with Module 1, which is a half day program that introduces environmental management system fundamentals and build foundational understanding of sustainability and ISO 14001 principles. Module 2 is a one-day program that provides a basic understanding of standard requirements, including its environmental objectives, key concepts, and life cycle perspective with standard clauses. Module 3 is a two-day program focused on practical implementation, including environmental aspect and impact identification, legal compliance, documentation, and internal audit skills. Module 4, which is an advanced program of 3 days, representing the final stage towards excellence, focusing on advanced implementation, performance evaluation, audit preparedness, and certification readiness. Through these modules, we ensure environmental and operational teams develop the right technical skills, and practical expertise. Alongside training, let me now walk you through our consultancy packages as shown on the screen. We understand that every organization begins its sustainability journey from a different stage. Some are exploring environmental management systems for the first time, while others are working towards certification and long term climate responsibility. That is why we have structured our consultancy offerings into four progressive packages. Starting with the bronze package, we provide virtual support from gap analysis to certification assistance. Moving to the silver package, in addition to everything including in bronze, it includes training and virtual audit and non-conformity closure support. Next, the gold package offering on-site implementation, documentation, and audit assistance. Finally, the platinum package are complete end-to-end sustainability solution. In addition to gold package services, we provide 3 years of post-certification support to help organizations manage audits, maintain compliance, and continuously improve environmental performance. What truly distinguishes our approach is flexibility. Organizations can choose the level of support best suited to their current maturity, resources, and sustainability goals. At KMA Global, we remain committed to supporting industries in building a more sustainable and climate responsible future. Thank you for your time and participation. Together, let us build a future where industry and nature progress hand in hand. With that, I now hand it back to Jyoti. Thank you for your time once again.
Thank you, Hina. Thank you so much for this informative brief. As we conclude today's webinar, I would like to leave you with a thought. The best way to predict the future is to create it. And the future we create depend on the actions we take for our environment today. The learning we have had today remind us that the sustainability is not just about protecting the environment. It is about creating a future where people, businesses, and nature can thrive together. Every initiative we undertake, every resource we conserve, every sustainable decision we make bring us one step closer to that future. Let us carry forward the knowledge and inspiration gained from today's webinar and translate it into meaningful action within our organizations and communities. On behalf of our entire team, I would like to thank all the participants for your valuable time throughout the session. I also extend my sincere gratitude to all our esteemed speakers for their time and sharing their valuable knowledge and practical insights, which truly made this session informative and meaningful. Before we conclude, we kindly request to all the participants to share their valuable feedback through the Google form link that will be shared on your WhatsApp. And your feedback is greatly appreciated and help us enhance our future learning initiatives. We are also pleased to inform you that e-certificates of participation will be sent to your registered email IDs. Further, if you have any queries, you can reach out to us at info@kmagc.com. We will be happy to assist you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I wish you all a meaningful World Environment Day 2026.